The single track album. I always love a single track album. Why wouldn't I? It's all about the prog aficionado within myself. It allows the artist to really stretch their legs and really like solidify themselves either within a singular route, within this singular landscape of things. And I can't help but love it. So let's dive into a new one within a band that I didn't expect to see this style of an album construction with. Romancing the Ether by Hemina. So Hemina is a kind of like a, I don't want to say they're a straight up progressive metal band, but I think that's the best kind of moniker for them. They're blending ideas and feelings from the metal work overall to become a progressive metal thing. Another Australian band. So, Australia is really hitting it out of the park, getting their start in the late 2000s, putting out their first album back in 2012 with Synthetic. That's the one. Following it up in 2014 with Nebulae. And this is when I came into the scene with Venus back in 2016. And I really, really enjoyed Venus. Up to this point, it was my favorite album from them. I love their high uses of very soothing styles within the progressive metal landscape. They weren't just bleeding down the doors, 1,000 miles a minute. They had these moments of very soothing and very infectious moments. Night Echoes from 2019 didn't really land all that well with me. It was fine, but I don't know. For me, it was kind of like a little bit of a dip within their quality. And so now we come to Romancing the Ether. This is the longest stretch we've had from Hemina without a new record. For the most part, it was like once every 2 or 3 years. And I'm okay that they've taken a little bit more time to really flush out this album. As always, we've got the 4 main individuals. We've got Douglas Green on vocals, guitar, and keyboards, Mitch Cool on guitars and vocals, Jessica Martin on bass and vocals, and Nathan McMahon on drums and vocals. So each individual here lends their vocals, and I love the fact that we can get some really juicy and really great harmonizations within this 4-part harmony. I love the fact that it's just one track across 35 minutes worth of music, and this is like one of the perfect track lengths for what we're going for. And I mean, if you were a band like, I don't know, Transatlantic or anything that Neil Morse was doing, or like the Flower Kings, they would want to add 5 or 6 other tracks to create like a bigger album. But I love the fact that these guys were just fine with putting out just the big 35-minute track. I feel as though this is Hemina really coming together and showcasing what it is to be Hemina. And I really love just where this track goes. There's a lot of ebbs and flows. It all kind of centers around this one main theme, this one main motif that gets replayed and reprised time and time again. And that is what I love about this style of music. I love that they're able to play with this motif over on this side of here, where they're able to recontextualize it over on this side of things. One of my favorite parts about this is their whole rave section. This massive house music, this big rave that happens right in the center, like right near the, I shouldn't say center, right near the end point of this album, that I loved it. It infused this rave sense of music with the big metal chugs once we kind of got through it. And I found myself just headbanging along to it. It's so infectious. I couldn't help but get drawn into the music. And even the first handful of times I was sitting down listening to this, I was thinking, are they really going here? But that's one of the things I love about progressive metal music, is they're not afraid, or they won't shy away from these stranger areas within the music stylings. And it's one thing that I'm still shocked that progressive metal never really embraced more fully, is like the whole dubstep, the whole house music kind of styles and flavors, to really create something heavy and infectious in that sense. For me, it's the big standout because it utilizes that and then pushes us forth into the big climax, the big solidifier, the big rounding out of the rest of the music there, and I felt myself just diving in and getting wrapped up in it. So yeah, Romancing the Ether was one that I really, really loved. If you're a fan of these longer stretches of music within a progressive metal stylings of soundscapes, I think you're really, really going to have a good time with this. So if you're a fan of like the 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence from a Dream Theater, if you're a fan of like a Between the Buried and Me Colors, where it's kind of one track that's segmented across different kind of movements and whatnot, if you're a fan of these kind of like one piece of long music, I think you're really, really going to have a good time with this one. I highly recommend this. This has been one of my favorite metal outputs this year. I mean, how could it not? And it's one that I've been returning to time and time again. I think Venus has been superseded by being my favorite Hemina album. I think Romancing the Ether is one that I would very easily say is my favorite Hemina, because it encapsulates everything that I love about Hemina and just brings it to the next level. So because of this, I'm very excited to see where Hemina goes from here. So I will say in the end, Romancing the Ether by Hemina is one that I would absolutely pick up in physical format. This is one not to be missed. This is one that I highly recommend. This gets the note seal of approval. This is a run, don't walk to go and listen to, because I think you'll really, really enjoy it. So yeah, that's what I've got for Romancing the Ether from Hemina. What did you guys think about this album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite one-track album? Please let me know about that by commenting down below. And that's all I got for you guys today. That's all I got. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.